The New York Times.
It could be years before New York regains its glory. Attractions that make the city special may take the longest to heal. Oil market goes into a tailspin with sellers even paying buyers. Something bizarre happened in oil markets on Monday. Prices fell so much that some traders paid buyers to take oil off their hands. Rival opts to join Netanyahu to form unity government in Israel. Working in the ER, raising a son, writing a will. Trump to halt immigration into the US sick, but not with the virus, and lacking care. Strained health system struggles to prevent dangerous delays. A ventilator made in a month. The pandemic inspired an innovative project to design and make a low-cost ventilator in weeks, not years.
New York Post.
Ask Hole. Virus positive Stephanopoulos steps out with no covering on his face. Oil spill lowest price in history. Virus pandemic drives crude prices below zero. Crude oil prices plunge below zero for the first time in history on Monday, with traders actually paying to get barrels of the stuff off their hands as the coronavirus pandemic kills demand. Even as ridership drops, robberies jump. MTA hires private security to help patrol. Guards hired as subway theft spike.
The Wall Street Journal.
Oil takes historic dive below $0. Producers face prospect of paying buyers as the pandemic pushes prices to -$37.63 a barrel. Prices remain in positive territory for barrels to be delivered in June. States rapidly draining job loss reserves. New York State has asked the federal government for a $4 billion no-interest loan to cover unemployment payments for people put out of work by the coronavirus pandemic, as it and other states burn through funds set aside for jobless claims. Companies improvise reopening plans. Employers have no clear-cut roadmap toward restarting the American economy from lockdown. We have to do more than hand sanitizers, says Ford CEO Jim Hackett. Small businesses' bank ties help determine federal aid. The fate of office plants left behind. The lucky ones get adopted, a tragic little Sahara.
The Washington Post.
It was impossible. Michaela Sackel, on being an ER nurse in an overwhelmed hospital. As loans ran dry, big firms got cash. Program meant to aid small businesses. Changes sought that would exclude national chains. Trump, Congress near deal for more relief funds. The White House and Congress on Monday tried to design another giant bailout package aimed at combating the coronavirus pandemic's economic and health fallout, scrambling to resolve last-minute snags over loan access and testing. Oil below $0. An anomaly but also a worrisome omen. Calls for freedom in wide-open spaces. Amid Wyoming protests to open up, some worry worst is yet to come. As government power swells with its aid, big debate looms. Americans are experiencing the biggest expansion of government authority in generations as elected leaders take unprecedented action to fight the deadly coronavirus pandemic.
Chicago Sun-Times.
Anti-jail officer dies of coronavirus. Sheila Rivera, 47, is facility's first corrections employee to fall victim to COVID-19. Family says she complained of lack of protective equipment. Willie Wilson's mask ask. Trump says he'll order temporary suspension of immigration to US amid ongoing pandemic. President Donald Trump on Monday said he is ordering a temporary suspension of immigration to the US guitar dealer with Chicago roots counted Prine as customer, friend. John Prine raised the spirits of his guitar dealer from Chicago.
Chicago Tribune.
State to ramp up testing. Questioned about outbreaks at nursing homes, Governor Pritzker makes pledge. Facing questions about the state's handling of coronavirus outbreaks at nursing homes, Governor J.B. Pritzker on Monday pledged to ramp up testing at all long-term care facilities, even those that have yet to report a case. Trump pushes back on testing. Shortage claims seen as dangerous political game, president says. Helping reduce mask shortage. New Waukegan site assists an effort to enhance supply. Advice from a woman who lived through polio, Great Depression. African American community hit hard.
Los Angeles Times.
Hundreds of thousands in county might have had virus. Study finds rate of infection much higher than reported cases, suggesting many show no symptoms. Wild west of antibody testing. Like finding other scarce gear, states are on their own to secure immunity tests. And competition is fierce. State jury verdicts must be unanimous. The U.S. Supreme Court ruling on serious crimes overturns laws in 2 states. A nurse's helpless goodbye. Unable to help him, a woman watches her father die of COVID-19 in her hospital after his return from a ski trip. Crisis ends, oil price diving below zero. Suddenly, there's an oversupply. What does it mean for clean energy? Married to a non-citizen? No stimulus check for you. Relief package loophole seen as a slap in the face.
USA Today.
More financial relief in the works. Lawmakers follow up $2.2 trillion rescue package with proposals for more checks and more testing. Almost like an eternity. US has lost and learned much in 3 months since its first case 3 months ago Tuesday. The US confirmed the nation's first case of what was then called the novel coronavirus, a Washington state man in his 30s who had recently returned from Wuhan, China, the epicenter of a seemingly distant outbreak that had killed 6 people. Crematories are working non-stop. Facilities struggle to handle rising toll and sad reality. For Idol, the show must go on remotely. 20 finalists will battle it out from home, with judges weighing in on Zoom.